Hello. Today's video, we are going to look at that sonnet that I was talking about in my last Cipher video. It led us to a carving, which I believe will hold the upper half of Francis Bacon. The weather looks real nice out here this week, so we are going out there and we're going to try to finish, and we're going to try to prove this so and find him. So I wanted to go ahead and show you this. I told you I was going to. This is the sonnet that unlocked that led us to that carving that I will show you again today. And it's an amazing thing. This is one of the most popular sonnets in all the sonnets. And it just so happens to also hold the biggest cipher within the sonnets. Out of all the sonnets, you have to unlock this one. You cannot understand the hidden messages in the sonnets until you unlock this one. And so we're gonna do that today. It's an amazing thing. This is my favorite sonnet, and the reason why is because of the last two lines. And it says, "If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved." If this be error, and upon me proved or tested. So he's telling me with what I'm telling you up here, if you will test it out, you'll find that it's not an error, because we know he wrote, and we know man has loved. And so he's telling you, test it out. You'll see that it cannot be an error. And so that's very interesting to me. I want to test that out. I want to take up that challenge. And so I go up to the lines, and let's unlock what he's telling us to do. That basically, all we have to really do is just pay close attention and follow directions. And so let's do it. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters where it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. So let me not to the joining of true minds admit impediments, obstruction or a hindrance in something. These people who only see a book with these true minds, like it has to be perfect. Any type of error, we have to remove that, and it has to be corrected. Bacon is that is not Francis Bacon. He does not want to be joined to people like that. And there's a reason why. He's giving you two examples right now. That's misnumbered. It should be Sonnet 116, but he has it 119. See? The next sonnet is 117. So that's an error. And that is done on purpose. And that number we're going to see is very specific. And it unlocks another message. And we're going to do that after we unlock this first portion. But they're right there. He's giving you an example. He does it again in the word love. The second love, the V is upside down. So he's kind of showing you, look, when you see these things, these things that you think need to be altered, don't remove them, because they're to help you. He says, "Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken." An ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests. Well, in the Folio, the very first play, we have a play called The Tempest. And so, if this is what he's doing, and he wants me to test it out, I probably need to go to the book of Tempest and look for a fixed mark. Probably going to be one there. And if I were to do that, this is the cover photo of the Tempest. It's the first page, and it's this B right here in the box. This is the ever-fixed mark he's talking about. The top portion is the upside down omega symbol that he's going to lead you to, and he's going to do it through this bottom portion, which looks like a clock and a compass, just like what's in the Bible. The hands are the same and everything. He's going to give you directions. I'm going to show them to you. This is the ever-fixed mark. You see, Bacon was afraid that they would remove the compass in the Bible. They would put south in the correct position, and then we would never be able to know how to get to this location that he has put himself. He's going to tell us this. And so he left an alternate plan, a plan B, an ever-fixed mark in the book of Tempest, and it's right here. Now that I have this ever-fixed mark, all I need to do is figure out what to do with it. It's incredible. So let's look at this. It is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark. Star, you follow stars. He wants you to follow this. This is this is interactive. He wants you to follow this and test this out as we're going to read. It is the star to every wandering bark whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Loves not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Well, we have time. We have a compass, we have a rosy, it's what's referred to as a compass rose. Gives you latitude, longitude coordinates. And there is one found inside of the 1611 Bible which does that very thing. Within his bending sickles compass come. Bending sickles compass come. It's right here. Loves not time's fool within his rosy lips and cheeks, or within his bending sickles compass come. This is the sickle. The bending. He wants you to bend it. He wants you to move it. Because that's how you're going to get your coordinates south in the wrong position. That's what catches your eye. That's the air. But what if they remove that? What would happen then? We would never know what to do here. None of this would make sense. And so when we go back and look at this, we kind of have an idea as to what we're supposed to do with this fixed mark that's in tempest. Bending sickles compass come. So we come back and we're going to look at this right here. This is the page. And it says, "Here, master, what cheer?" He says, "Speak to the mariners. Fall to it, yarely." Yarely is readily or skillfully. Fall to it skillfully. What are we falling to? That right there. And you're going to skillfully figure out what you have to do with this. Or we run ourselves aground. Bestir, bestir. Bestir is to rouse to action, to get going. You have to skillfully unlock this so you can get going to a location that's going to lead you to that symbol. That's what it's telling you. It says, look at the word hearts. It's spelt correctly. But then you just come right over here and it's missing the E. That's done on purpose. You just come right down here and you have the E. There should be a hyphen, like in master. If you're gonna carry the word on, here's another one. There's another one down here. If you're going to carry the word on, there should be a hyphen there, which gives you the enough. But he just leaves the E all by itself. So now we have two E's. One's missing. One's right here. And then you have this third E right here, which is in a strange italics. It's unlike all the others on the page. And when you flip it upside down, it becomes a 3. It's 3 E's. 3 E's. E's are equal to 5. E's are equal to 5, and we just so happen to have a backwards 5 right here. So 5 times 3 is 15. That's how many ticks you're going to move your hand, which is going to line up with this top portion, giving you your new set of numbers, a latitude, longitude coordinates, which leads you to the exact same place that the compass did. That's what it's telling you. Loves not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. This has to do with, when you're edge of doom, this has to do with his death. He's leading you to his death chamber. And when you get there, you're going to find his legs. But that doesn't solve it. That only gets you, now you know what you have to do. Now you know, okay, I'm here, I have found you, now I have to find the other half. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ nor no man ever loved. We're proving it now. We are proving it now, and it is true. When you unlock that fixed mark and you bend your sickle and you get those coordinates, you end up here. That's where you end up. The G on the entrance. There were leg bones found in there. A shovel head. That's physical evidence. The sonnet is circumstantial. We're pulling out the cipher. We're unlocking the cipher. That's circumstantial. Now you go out to where that circumstantial evidence told you to go, and now we have the physical evidence. It's absolutely incredible. And so now that we've unlocked that sonnet and it's led us to this location and we've been here and we have found what he wants us to find, let's unlock the second portion of this. So he's led us to our ever fixed mark. Do not remove. It's in tempest. Bend the sickle. Unlock the E, the numbers. Figure out how far to bend it. Get your new coordinates. Go and test it out, and you're going to find my legs. Now what? This is where the second portion comes in, and it's that number right there. Number 119. There is a chapter in the Bible which is unlike any other chapter in all the chapters in the Bible. It's in Psalms 119, and it is structured just like the sonnets are. And that's not by accident. So when we go and look at it, this is the page. And you'll notice it starts with the word let. Let, which when you come right over, that's exactly how ours looks in our sonnet. The structure is the same. That's so you can link them up. It was the number 6 in 119 that he's using to start to catch your eye. And of course, Vav is the 6th letter in the alphabet. And so there is something here that he wants you to see. That's why he used this sonnet. And it ends up being down here. And you have the R, which is 17, Bacon and Pythagorean cipher. Remember the word unto thy servant upon the dot. Remember the word unto thy servant upon and a dot. What is he talking about? I believe that is the secret message if you understand what you're looking at. This is in the Folio. This is in the first Folio. The whole thing is coded. It's all about taking a journey. It was a dangerous journey. And if they don't succeed, everything that they've done will fall. And then he says, you have this dot. There's that dot. Here I promised you I would be, and here I commit my body. Here I promised you I would be, and here I commit my body. Remember the word unto thy servant upon the dot. I believe it's that dot. And he's telling you, promising you he's going to be there. If my tongue cannot entreat you to acquit me, will you command me to use my legs? Those legs. That's what you find when you get there. That's what you find when you get there. Exactly what he told you you're going to find. How do we explain that? Will you command me to use my legs? If you're not going to believe my ciphers by themselves, are you going to make me use my legs? And yet that were but light payment to dance out of your debt. He's fine with doing it. And look at what he did. Remember thy servant upon the dot. He did this. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. He needed you to get to that location to unlock this so you can eventually unlock that temple. But when you get there, you only have his legs with a shovel. You gotta dig. Now, where do I dig? Well, you have to unlock that. You have to unlock that. We're testing it out, and it's not air. It's exactly what he says it's going to be. That's how we know it's true. That's why no one can speak against this channel, this testimony. The evidence speaks for itself. It's undeniable. We're just finishing it. Once we finish it, well, yeah, everybody's going to know. That's the dot in the map that he says he's going to be. Here I promised you I'd be. Here I commit my body. Remember thy servant upon the dot. That dot. You're going to take this aerial view map. Here's the keystone. You're going to go out from the keystone. You'll go down the hill. You're going to walk. This is the creek where it cuts in. You're going to walk to the creek. You're going to walk up the creek. The land is going to cut just like this. It's on a hill. The whole portion of land is on a hill just like this. You're going to cut to the left. You're going to walk that land about halfway down, and there's going to be a rock shelf that opens up. And on top of that rock shelf, he says, I'm there. And that is where we found that carving of a man looking at a serpent, which is in our map, of a man looking at a serpent. It's also an animal head when you flip it around backwards, which we have the razorback head when you flip it around right here. All this from a sonnet. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ nor no man ever loved. Well, we know you wrote, and we know man has loved, and we have now proved this. We have tested this, and yes, it's not error. It's not an error. And I believe he left this because it was like a backup plan. He needed you to get to the location, find those legs. I'll give you the second portion through a Psalm 119. You're looking at that dot in the map. Find it. There is a carving. We did it in the last video. You're looking for a carving and a hillside. You had a hillside actually drawn within the scriptures, a pictorial cipher within the Bible. This sonnet is huge. It's massive. It's right in front of us, but nobody sees what he's actually telling you. And there's just no doubt you're looking for an ever fixed mark. And sure enough, there's your ever fixed mark. The upside down omega is the end goal. I also wanted to show you, once you unlock that cipher and you start going through, I lost mine. When you start going through, you're going to see, if you're applying this understanding, when you read these ciphers, these sonnets, it's just going to come alive to you. And so we just come to 117. Look at what he's telling you. Accuse me thus that I have scanted all, wherein I should your great deserts repay. Forgot upon your dearest love to call, whereto all bonds do tie me day by day. That I have frequent been with unknown minds, and given to time your own dear purchased right. That I have hoisted sail to all the winds, which should transport me farthest from your sight. You see, he's telling you, I went away. He went to America. He went to the Ozark Mountains. That's where he's ultimately going to be. And it's far away from everybody. That was a wilderness then. He says sail, and he went. And he says, book both my willfulness and errors down. Both my willfulness, the riddles within the folio and the sonnets, and the errors. And on just proof, surmise, accumulate, bring me to the edge of your brow. And it's done to test you. It's cut off. I have it right here because it's such a beautiful thing. But it says, book both my willfulness and errors down, and on just proof surmise, accumulate, bring me within the level of your frown, but shoot not at me in your wakened hate. Since my appeal says I did strive to prove the constancy and virtue of your love. The reason why he hid himself and separated himself and only gave you the legs after you put in all the work in the ciphers to unlock this ever-fixed mark When you got there and only found the legs and realized you have to find the other half of him, it was to test you. It was to test your virtue, to see if you were right. And if you hid this from people and it was all for your own glory, then you're never going to be able to do it. But if a man came along with the right heart, with the right intentions, the Father would show him, and we would be able to unlock it all. And I believe we are on the cusp of doing that. I believe I could be coming home with a chest any day now. And so we will keep you posted. I'll keep them coming as long as we're searching. I have more. It's amazing how we're pinpointing this down and squeezing this map. And so there's more to come. All glory to the Father. Thank you for trusting in us and showing us these things. We only want your will. They will cast their silver and gold in the streets. People are going to realize that this is the time where money's not going to be able to help you. Money's not going to help you. This is the time to pay close attention and listen to what he's screaming at you. Because very soon there's going to be things that happen that changes the course of history. Nobody's going to be the same. And this arc plays a big role in it. Anytime we're going to finish this. And Bacon, he knew eventually it would happen. These are undeniable. Undeniable. Physical evidence with the circumstantial evidence. Thank you, y'all. Thank you for all your love that you put towards us. Thank you for creation. Thank you for creating us in your image. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to try to get back in your likeness. That's what we're missing. The image and the likeness. Thank you for your Son, Yahushua. The light guiding us the way. Till the next one, I love you guys. See you.